Got my silly hat on. Look at my silly hat. So, guys, we've gone from having lovely weather to... Okay, I'm not sure how long I'm going to walk for. It's all to do with this wind. So, right, the wind is just on this stretch. The wind stopped. I know when I get around that corner, there's a real gust coming through. So, need a shave. I look like a crook. I look like I'm about to burgle a house. Okay, so we're on Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. Hi, Emily. So I thought I'd do a quick half-hour walk on Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. So we can talk Elvis, but we can also talk about the carnivore diet, the keto diet. Hi, Karen. Karen, how's the keto diet been going for you? Where are you on it this week? So I today have just had eggs and bacon. That's all I've eaten. And tonight we're having doner kebab. So doner kebab is basically lamb mince. It comes with a bit of chicken as well. Doner mix. There'll be a bit of salad with that. I don't eat chips. I don't eat pita bread. That's what I'll be eating today. And I've had 2 coffees and 2 teas. No sugar. I did have a tiny bit of honey in one of my coffees, but I didn't like it. I only put in like not even 1/4 of a spoon. I didn't like it. I preferred the coffee without it. I've slipped up a few times on my birthday, of course. Even me on Tino's birthday, what did I have? I didn't have much. I had a chocolate cornflakes. Is that what it is? You know when you get cornflakes and you smother them in chocolate and then you let them go hard. I had 2 of those. They were very small, but that's all I had actually. All the rest I just stuck to there was like a pick and mix thing. Yeah, I'm the same. So I had the sausages, I had the ham, I had the egg mayo. What else did I have? At Tino's birthday party, I was very good. I did have a couple of beef crisps, but that was it. But generally, I had all meat yesterday. I even had a steak yesterday, so I still was pretty good, even though I was a bit naughty with the cornflake crisp thing. To be honest with you, I'm not lying, guys. I didn't like it that much. You know, the cornflake crispy thing. I just didn't. Chocolatey, just didn't. I preferred steak. So obviously keto diet. I will say this, guys, on the keto, it doesn't matter if you have the odd bad moment. I mean, come on, it was my kid's birthday party. If you can't have something naughty on your kid's birthday party, you're overdoing it, I would say. Even if you listen to Dr. Ken Berry, he does say, don't worry if you have a bad day. Eggs, bacon today, and I found it not worth the stomach. Yes, I really enjoyed my eggs and bacon. My wife had it as well. She's hungover. My wife was drinking from about 2:30 to about 11, maybe 11:30 p.m. with her female friends. My wife has got a lot of female friends that she grew up with. It was a real girly in a house party. She loved it. Yeah, we love bacon. It's funny because if you said to me, what is your favourite meat? I would have said lamb. But actually, I've noticed I've moved a bit away from lamb. I probably now like ribeye steak because it's tender, it's quick to cook, usually quite tasty. I cook it with salt and pepper and butter, and I tend to use a bit of saturated fat on it as well. I cook it in the air fryer, and so I'll have it with a couple of eggs. That really is probably more my favourite now. I've gone off the lamb a bit. I find that lamb has a bit of a smell to it. And sometimes I don't like the smell of lamb. Yeah, ribeye, but it's expensive. That's the problem with ribeye. But my supermarket have been doing ribeyes for a £5, which is still expensive, but so I do buy the odd ribeyes. Every now and then you'll have them. They do 4 ribeyes for £13. Is still expensive. Yeah, I agree. Lamb has got a funny smell to it. I do agree. Eggs is a no-brainer, but I actually prefer the yellow. I don't like too much white on my eggs. I do like the white of egg, but not too much. So I will tend to prefer to do, say, 3 or 4 eggs, but then I tend to eat all the yolks, a couple of the whites, and I throw away a bit of the whites. I'm not a big fan of the whites. Always have salt on it. So overall, I'm happy with how the diet's going. I have lost a bit of weight. I weighed myself yesterday, I was 11.5. So I've dropped a bit of weight, which is good. I like 11.5 is better than 11.7. My energy levels are, still booming as usual. You do get the days where they're not. Every time I drift away from the diet in any way, so say if I have salads, I had one day last week where I had salads 2 days in a row. All right, you've gone to 1 meal a day. I found that when I have salads 2 days in a row, I get a different feeling. I get the best feeling when I've had quite a lot of meat, quite a lot of eggs. If I go a bit salady, I think salads are okay. I think my body is okay with salad, but you don't get that real Superman feeling. And 1 meal a day, Karen, when do you have 1 meal a day? I find 1 meal a day is okay, but I just feel too hungry. So in the end, I think, let's pick up the dog's poo. 1 second. Woo. Right, don't start weeing on my phone. Ella. Ella, don't you dare. You see that? I thought she was going to wee on my phone then. So 1 meal a day, I'm okay, which is good, but I do find 1 meal a day, I'm hungry too much. So in the end, I just think, well, just have the eggs and bacon. Have the eggs and bacon at lunchtime, then you're not thinking about food all day. So I don't do the 1 meal a day anymore. Emily, just so you know, only eating once a day is very good for you. It doesn't affect your energy levels. This is something people don't realise. When you only eat 1 meal a day, you have got more energy. People think that they have to constantly eat to top up their energy. It's not true. It's a myth. Eating regularly to keep your energy levels up is bullshit. It's not true. It's not true. Completely not true. The less I eat, the more energy I have. Yeah, Karen's always had a problem with her stomach pain. Getting rid of oats was a big help. You got to remember, I've definitely learned that the less you eat, the more energy you've got. That is something I have learned, and you keep your weight down. Yeah. So I like my weight at 11 stone, even though now I'm 11.5. I like to be 11. I prefer 11. Yeah. Now it's funny because I've been looking up you know, the process, how they make flour, refined flour. And I tell you now, it's not good. It's funny because people think flour and bread, brown bread, is quite natural. It so isn't. It really is not. The way that the process to create flour, the way they break it down into a powder, the chemicals that are used is quite bad for you guys. It's quite poisonous. Yeah, Karen. You look up the process of making flour so you can create your pasta, your bread. Because don't forget, flour makes pasta and bread, doesn't it? Even rice. Even pizzas, isn't it? Oh, suddenly the sun's come out. So my point I'm trying to say to you guys is people forget this. There's quite a processed, ultra processed, I don't even know the right words, refined. The way things become refined and powdery, like flour, there's quite a serious process that that the grain undergoes to become that way, and that is why these things are poisonous. That's why bread's not good for you. The same goes for vegetable oil and canola oil and margarine. Look up how they make it. There's a lot of chemicals added to create margarine, to create vegetable oil. People think, oh, it's called vegetable oil, it must be good for you. Yeah, keto is better for you. But Debbie, I will say, Debbie, can I just say, sometimes it's all in the mind, yeah? And I mean that with respect. Sometimes you wind yourself up in your own mind, and there's nothing wrong with just being carnivore. But if going keto makes you feel better within yourself, I think that's probably better for you then. Do you understand what I mean by that? Because carnivore is always the best way. But if you have a problem with it, if you're like, do you know what, me being carnivore is making me worry, getting me down, then I think a good compromise is keto. Yeah? So keto isn't as good for you because the bottom line is low carbs have oxalates as well. Whoa! Windy! Oh my god! So do you get what I'm saying? Keto is a compromise, but if you deal with it better daily, if your daily existence is better on keto, you should do keto. If overall keto suits you better, that's what you should do. That's what you should. I know that carnivore is better for you, but I don't do it. I'm on keto because I accept the compromise of being on keto. I know that eating a bit of low carbs and a few bits of fruit, some nuts, is not as good for me. I know it, but I don't care because, like you, Debbie, I prefer being on keto. I just prefer it. Same goes for eating. I prefer to eat twice a day. Now I know so what, Debbie, no carbs at all. So what keto are you doing then? Tell me. What keto are you doing if you're having... So other than meat and eggs, what do you eat? I'm interested to know. Woo! I've been eating some nuts and fruit. Yeah. And the reason you do it is because why punish yourself? It's okay to have a few nuts. It's okay to have a piece of fruit. Because in the end, you have to get through each day, don't you? So I always think having a compromise is okay. It's still better than binging on crap, on oats, on chocolate, on donuts, on pizzas, on pasta. Do you know what I mean? I have natural yogurt, nuts and berries. Yeah, but that's okay. I think that's fine, Debbie. See, I'll eat a salad, I'll have a piece of fruit, I'll have a tangerine. I don't beat myself up about it. But I just 100% do my absolute best to lay off the pasta, the bread, the cakes, the donuts, the chocolate, fizzy drinks, all that. I just do my best. Every now and then I'll have a diet drink, like a diet orange or a zero lemonade, whatever they call it, zero Sprite. I don't beat myself up about it, but you know, we're talking once a week. So overall, if you compare how we eat to how we ate before discovering this diet, before discovering carnivore, before discovering keto, before discovering Dr. Ken Berry, the way we're eating is amazing. Yeah, there's no comparison. I'd wake up, I'd have a horrible cereal with fibre and loads of oats and dried up fruit. That would be my first meal. I didn't even need it. I didn't need my breakfast, so I wasn't even hungry for it. It was a habit. Then I'd have a little snack, like a toasty, maybe a cheese toasty. Then I'd have my lunch. My lunch was usually quite big, you know, maybe a fry up or another sandwich or sometimes pasta. Then I'd snack again. I'd have the odd donut, the odd cake, the odd chocolate bar, maybe some Diet Coke. Then in the evening I'd have generally I'd have quite a big curry or a big pizza with some chips. And then I'd snack again before bedtime. I'd eat the kids' leftovers. I was eating constantly, which made me sit on the toilet all day. But this is how I lived before discovering carnivore, keto, Dr. Ken Berry. So there's no comparison. I was using vegetable oils, which are poison. I was using margarine, which is poison. I was eating ultra-processed foods, you know, pre-packaged foods that are full of sugar and chemicals. You see what I mean, guys? I was having a lot of pasta with my spaghetti. Just my whole diet was trying to kill me. My diet was trying to kill me, which is why I had ulcerative colitis, pre-diabetes, high blood pressure, high blood sugars, dizzy spells, a giant round fat belly. I was obviously overweight. So do you get what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, so you understand what I'm saying, guys. The way I was eating was a joke. It was a joke. I was killing myself. I was going to have a stroke or a heart attack. It was inevitable. I had no energy and the dizzy spells were horrible. So there's no comparison now. Now I'm keto, so I'll have fatty meat and eggs, a bit of veg, a bit of salad, sometimes some nuts, sometimes some fruit, and I'm so much happier and so much healthier. My blood pressure was done last week. I'm 131. Well, I used to be 165. So my blood pressure has come down. My blood sugars are completely normal now. I almost never get a dizzy spell. In fact, I haven't had a dizzy spell for a few weeks. Every now and then I'll just get one that lasts about 10 seconds. I was getting 3 a week and they were lasting about a minute. So I'm so glad I'm so glad I'm where I am now, even with bad days on this diet. I'm so glad. Right, guys, I'm jumping over to Elvis Presley long lost footage. We're going to do an upright live. Elvis Presley long lost footage. I'm going to go there straight away. Thanks, guys. Nice little chat about keto.